Sadhu said, I'm giving you 2 lakhs and you don't have eyes, you're blind, so why don't you give me your legs? So the beggar was pretty hassled and he was like, I don't want to do this deal because you're going to, give me 2 lakhs. I don't have eyes and I'm going to lose my legs. So then the guru turned around and said, see, that's why you got to have gratitude for your existence because till now you don't have your eyes, but if I were to trade money and I'm going to take away your legs, you're not going to be able to walk. So, hey, beggar, have thanks and have gratitude for whatever you have, even if it means not having eyes, but a body, a shape, able to talk, able to hear, able to kind of walk around, able to speak, able to express yourself, and all that. So, actually, the gist of it is that we are consistently focused and typically focused on what's missing in life, and as a result of that we do not have positive thinking, we do not have genuine thinking, we don't have authentic thinking. And if we are in one state of mind, let's say we are upset about something, we are upset about it for forever. We have no control on our mind, we have no control on our emotions and thoughts and stuff and all that. And of course then the author is talking about lust, the most important lines in this, I feel, because this teaches you a lesson. So he says authentic thinking is, if there is lust in your mind, will you stop having lust or will you even allow the lust to continue? So if you have lust happening, if you have anger happening, if you have temper happening, observe it, make an observation of it, and let it be just a wandering thought and emotion. Let yourself be a witness to either lust, let yourself be a witness to either anger, let yourself be a witness to either feeling good, grief, negative, whatever. And do not try to label it and do not try to manipulate the situation. So by being a witness, you're aware of the fact that you're feeling in a certain manner, and this is where you have understanding of the quality of your emotion. And when you know why you're feeling something, you will actually try and come out of it and not work against it. So this is where also prayers, and this is where mantra recital, or this is where even Buddhism comes into play, or this is where writing comes to play, or expression comes into play. Because what happens is, when you're talking to people, let's say you're talking to therapists, let's say you're talking or bouncing off things with relatives, friends, and family, you get a perspective, or maybe a skewed perspective, or maybe a outlook in your mind, which is formed not because certain people are in a certain manner, but because it's been put in your head by dissecting, analyzing, labeling, talking about those people and stuff, and you've actually closed your brains to even looking at people in a different light and stuff. Okay, so what I'm saying is that if you've had endless number of experiences where situations have not changed, then of course there is a call to change the way people are thinking and stuff like that. But the point is, if you're consistently dissecting, talking negative, criticizing, finding faults, judging, labeling, and you're finding what's not right about people and stuff, you will never be able to see what's right in them and stuff and all that, and your situations will not improve. So at the end of it, it says that Vedanta actually is a gist of authentic thinking, which enables to have observations, which brings about understanding, and as a result of understanding, misunderstanding drops, and as a result of which you become the master of your mind. And that is what certain school of thoughts teach you: master your mind, be the master to your mind, than the other way around. So this is a great article which is in the paper today, and the heading goes as Vedanta sports authentic thinking. And this is also what Buddhism follows, this is also what certain other schools follow, that if you have the core reason and the core issue before you, avoid dissecting it too much and avoid repetitively talking about it and stuff, and be grateful for what you have. So in any relationship or any work situation which has gone wrong, I don't think things go wrong immediately. It takes time to build a situation either to the positive or to the negative. So if you're going to consistently focus on the negatives of how people are, then your relationships are not going to improve. But if you have an attitude where you say, okay, maybe there's something not right about me, and maybe I need to alter something about me, and maybe I need to kind of change myself and improve myself, then things are going to get better. So Vedanta supports authentic thinking, which means have an original thinking, have an authentic thought process, and have gratitude, which the beggar lacked big time. He was greedy, he wanted only money, but he did not value what he has. And believe me, there are so many people I know, and people who want money, people who want materialistic things. So there's nothing wrong with having aspirations and wanting more. But the point is, in the process, do you even have gratitude, or do you even realize what you already have? So, is your happiness, is your joy, is your positivity coming from money? Is it coming from relationships? Where is it coming from? So once you realize what makes you happy, once you realize that what is the cause of your emotions and stuff, you have to work in a positive manner to not let that situation take over you and stuff, and be control of your mind. So love and luck, and take care, have fun, have a blast. I think I've twisted it enough and all that. It is an unedited video. I think I could talk about this, but the point is having gratitude for whatever you have: good health, meal on your table, good friends, you're able to talk, you're able to see, you're able to walk. For me, it's health. You're able to think clearly, you're able to express yourself, you're able to drive in a car, you have the metros happening, you have the buses happening, you have clothes to wear, and you have a family to talk to, and the moment you step out, you have friends there for you, and you have good colleagues and stuff. You got shoes to wear, otherwise you would be actually walking in the heat, worse than how even certain people feel, beggars and people and animals. So thankfulness and gratitude helps you big time. So take care and have fun and have a blast. I think I'm going to take a break. I'm on jkapani@gmail.com, justinKapani.im@gmail.com, and justinKapani at office@gmail.com. Thank you so much for messaging and writing in, and for some of my friends whom I've met after a long time. Thank you for the positive feedback around my health and everything and all that, and hoping that we're going to be kicking it, rocking it, enjoying it, and we're going to be focused only on, self work and mastering our mind, rather than letting anybody else's opinion and negativity affect you. So make that a daily prayer, that even when you read something on social media, or you read something in the paper, or you follow something on TV, you disconnect from it and you're kind of plugging into positive, healthy, uplifting stuff. So take care of yourself. I gotta go. Cheers, enjoy, and have fun. Bye bye.